This is Cindy from CindyBDesigns.com. Thank you for joining me today. Out in front of you, I have this adorable little kit that just came out at the beginning of the month, Road to Christmas. And I'll show you what's in there in a minute. But the colors are, let's see, basic black, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, crushed curry, early espresso, Lost Lagoon, mossy meadow, old olive, pecan pie, pool party, and rural red. So this can go a really long way. I'm thinking that you could do winter cards as well as Christmas and maybe a few other things. But we get to do 2 cards, 4 of each card, and I apologize for my voice. I couldn't take real allergy medicine today because it keeps me up. And yeah, so not fun. But I love these pool party bases here. So I'm going to take you through it real quick what they look like. I'm going to take it off screen and then make 2 of the cards that are in the kit. And then I'll come back again, you know, I'll see in video and I'll do like 2 or 3 alternatives, okay? But in the meantime, you have everything you need to make all these kit cards. I'm not sure if there's going to be some left over. Generally there is, but you know, with this one, you never know. And so we have 1. Okay, it comes in French and English. And we have all these sentiments here. So we get 2 strips of them, or 2 sheets of them. And then we get 8 envelopes. You have this Christmas tree print on the front. And then when you open it up on the inside, you have that real red gingham pattern, which I love, by the way. Then you get a sheet of full-size Stampin' Dimensionals and a, you know, mini tear and tape. You get 2 sheets of these cute little puppies, Christmas trees, and presents. And then you get 4 trucks. We got 2 patterns of trucks, 4 of each. And if you flip them over in the back, there's like little slots pre-cut into them to where you can tuck in the trees. But you get 2 different styles. And this is more like cherry cobbler and early espresso. And this is like more real red and black, basic black. So we got that, these 2. These are the card fronts. You have one that's landscape and then another that is, you know, A2 side folding. And then you get 4 each of these panels here. I think we can do a tag. That will go there. Then you get the landscape. And then you have this cute little Christmas tree lot scenery. And you know what? Come to think about it, a couple of years ago, there was this stamp set and dies called Tree Lot. And I don't know if you still have it on board or not. I do. It's in my BOGO pile to go. So if you want that, let me know. But I might incorporate that in for a card or 2, even though it's retired. And you know I don't like doing that. So I'm going to get all this together for you, and then we will be back. Okay, I have made the 2 cards from our kit, Road to Christmas kit. These cards are so easy to make, and they were fun. They're just basically a lot of adhering and popping down all the elements here, and that's mainly what the kits do. There's something that's quick and easy and fast. Oh, and I got a question about this from a gal this weekend. I have a dachshund, so I thought it'd be fun to have a dachshund on there. So that's what that's all about, because I know it's going to look weird backwards. So the only thing I brought in for the from the kit was just, you know, a quick sentiment from Words for the Season, and that is in our holiday catalog. So I think I'm going to do a card focusing on the trees, make a tag, and then a card focusing on the truck. But for the first one, it's going to be really simple and easy, but I'll get you the measurements and everything like that. I have a PDF if you want to pick up this kit from me, and I'll go ahead and send that out to you. But I got a lot put together. And I brought in a couple other things for this. This is one of the card bases there, that gingham pattern that you see. This Just For You. That is from our Joyful Sayings Ephemeral pack. And I thought it would look great, and it turned out okay there. I would like to have a shape like that, but I didn't dig in far enough. And Happy Christmas wasn't, I don't think the sentiment was big enough for me, but you know what? I'm going to drag it out just in case. See if I can get this. And there's a couple other gold things in here. Happy New Year, but I think I'm okay with this. I'm gonna look and see what this is about real quick, what I'm doing. Yeah, I need something bigger. Okay, so this was cut from crumb cake, and I used the third smallest, or fourth largest branching out die, and then I cut these two out of this die right here. And then for the back, I did Falling Snow, and then I heat embossed that with white powder and made the Magic of Christmas, that sentiment there on the inside that came from this right here. So I didn't bring in too much. That was outside of the kit. So the first thing I want to do is just kind of get this lined up a little bit. Make sure you can see. I need to go over this way a little bit. Get that top to bottom. And I always use my tape to get a good idea of where I want to glue something. So I am just going to grab, and I really don't need this end down here, but I want to keep that so it stays together. So I'm just going to grab my liquid adhesive. And if you hear some background noise, it is really, really, really windy out today. Like 30-mile-an-hour winds, and I've been hearing stuff just like crash up against my house all morning long. So I want to get that down. I distracted myself again talking. Kind of like that, just so it looks pretty. And I'm not worried too much about those up there. Okay, I'm gonna grab the other one now. Whoops, get my snips. I'm just all butterfingers today. Get my snips again, cut this off. Now I'm gonna go in at a different angle with this one. And then just, little dots of liquid adhesive on the back. And it'll stay down just fine for you. Okay, I'm going to get right on top of that. Yeah, I was way off there. Okay, there we go. Got that down. And then I'm just going to pull the tape off this. And I really went overboard on my Stampin' Dimensionals. Big time. Although I had like black stuff on my nail there. I'm going to pull the back off this. I do have my paper pumpkin kits for this month. And I will be doing our alternatives on that. So you still have like another couple days to go back and leave comments on September's paper pumpkin kits. And Becky, please get a hold of me for August. I still have that here for you. So I just want to get this in the middle, top to bottom, left to right. Pull it over a teeny tiny bit more. And I'm okay with that. This bow here, we used to have something really, really super chunky, thick like it. I needed ribbon like that for this, so I just have like a big old thing of string behind me, and I saw it and it was really wide and it worked, and I thought, this is it, I'm just going to go ahead and use it. So I have these really, really large glue dots. I got dog hair everywhere. From an old paper pumpkin kit, because ours are much smaller than this. I'm going to pop that on. And these things are very strong too, so it's going to stay just for you just fine. And I'm going to put this sentiment on last. But first of all, I want to do get our trees here down here. And kind of figure out where I want to put everything. So on the right side of this, I'm going to lay down that tree. Whoa. Then I'm going to get down the other tree. You know, just kind of get them lined up right. And I can always go back in and sneak in some glue, Stampin' Dimensionals under there, which is exactly what I'm going to do. Because you don't want saggy trees or saggy anything else. And this is Crumb Cake in Basic Black mainly. I'm going to pop this guy right on top of there. And we are good. I'm going to grab, we're not good because this one's way too far over. Oh man. Okay, we're gonna do like a little bit of surgery here. Come on. I talked to my paper, which is really weird. Yeah, because we want this end sticking out just a little bit more over here. And I still want to see some blue though, but just a little bit. Okay, and that is how you fix, you know, what I do off screen a lot. So I'm just going to pull a backing off a Stampin' Dimensional. Lift my tree up right there. And just set that down because that way it's all even. And then I'm going to do the same thing again over on this side. And then this way too, if you don't have enough room left, this will give you an opportunity to be able to pick another sentiment or whatever you want to do. And you know, I was thinking about using some gold snow just to accent this a little bit and to tie in that background. But now that I'm putting this down, I'm kind of thinking maybe red would be great just to, you know, spice it up a little bit. I'm going to put that down gently and then raise it up to see if it's even. Okay, I'm good. What do you think? Should we do red or these online exclusive gold flakes? Well, I can always pop it back on if I want on the sheet. You know what? Let's do red. And I'm going to, you know, I'm sorry. I got to pull these out again real quick. I had pulled them out before I did this, and it's like, nah, don't want to use that. And all I have to do now is find them again, and I just had them, so I really hate it when this happens. And I'm going to turn off the video and come back, so stop after, let's go ahead and use the red. Where is it? Jeez. I need to organize better. It sucks. Okay, this is Christmas now. Come on. Oh, there we are. Okay, so 11:50. I need to write that down. Make it 12 minutes. Okay, there, I pulled out the red. And these are the Cherry Cobbler and Pearl Adhesive Back berries. they are also from our online editions, and these three are all hooked together. So I think that was kind of cute, you know, right around. Yeah, it needed this pop. I'm gonna pull this off. Yeah, let's, hey, you know what? Maybe another idea. Should we sneak some presents in there if we can? No, that's too much, and I didn't line up. I don't have anything right, so to be able to use the presents in there, like my measurements or, you know, nothing. So I'm just going to lay this down right about there. And then we are done with our first alternative card, and I will be back with our tag. Okay, for our second project, we are going to do a tag. I decided to use the same products I brought in from the outside for our card for the kit, you know, for these alternatives, to keep it simple and easy for you. So again, I'm using the exact same frame, you know, the third from the smallest or the fourth from the largest that I used on our first card. And I took, oh, where's my original cards here? Here they are. No, they're not. My desk is a mess. Anyhow, I can't find them right now. So this is one of the cards that goes, like, this is a card front, so it's just one of those that we put on top of that. And this is not going well for me because now I'm super distracted by my cards, but I'm not going to stop. So I got the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine out, and I thought I would do some embossing real quick. So I'm just going to pop that on there. I already have it, you know, lined up how I want it. Run that through, you know, and that cracking noise is completely normal, by the way. Boy, this thing is really stuck to that. Okay, and again, the same products I brought in, they're online exclusives. And I do a lot of that these days because, I mean, they're everywhere. They last longer than a year, and they're designed to go with everything. This recently came out as a hole punch assortment, online exclusive, so I'm going to use that. There's 3 little punches in here. I don't want to go all the way down that way, but kind of right down just a little bit. You know, get that centered, and I'm okay with that. Then another online exclusives, and if you can't find these in the store, go look on the Last Chance part. Red and white twine or baker's twine. I'm just going to thread that through that way, and I like it where my loop comes out on top. And then we have, it's in the Holiday Mini, a To From stamp that I am just going to put, you know, stamp on the back of that. So I got that knotted, give it a cut there. And, you know, again, this is going to be a very, very easy tag. And let's see if I lost my sentiment now. Nope. It's on the floor. Okay, so I brought in the Joyful Saves Ephemera pack again. And I kind of want to just put that right there. And on the back is where I'll stamp the to and from. And again, I'm keeping this just really easy. And so I've got mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this. And then for our next project, we'll go ahead and do another card. But I'm going to focus on the trucks this time around. So I think we got, you know, a pretty good variety of alternatives from this kit. So I've got the tree, and I wanted to use these presents, you know, to keep it really traditional. And what would be fun too that I'm not going to do on screen, but you should be able to pick it up in the picture. Maybe splattering some Wink of Stella on top of this, just for a little glimmer, or you colored it. You know what? Let's just do this while I'm thinking about it. And this is a brand new pen too. So just where it is, come on. That's what happened to me, right? I haven't used this one yet. Okay, let's see if I have something else that's like this. I do. And hopefully it'll work. Ooh, I don't want that to be... Okay, I don't want it to be like silver hue. Okay, that's clear. So I'm just going to pull this along where you see like the little snow lines there. And I can see it go on. You know, just to give it a little bit of shine. You know, make it more festive. Okay, did that. And now I'm going to be festive too. Okay, you can see. I'm going to pop our tree on like right about, well, I don't know. That's like 2. You know what? I'm just going to go with this. And I am going to just grab some glue, put some right down the middle there, and then put it on top of the tree. And it will stay just fine. And I like how these line up. And I'm sure it's just kind of a random thing, but it lines up great. I have that big old glob of glue up there that I'm going to probably let dry and then pull it off. But maybe not. Nope, not. Okay, and then why not go ahead and grab back in some of our little bling here, the cherry cobbler. And I think I am just going to do a dot right there. So that is our second project, little tag from the kit. And then this is our first one. And then we will come back with our truck project next. Okay, for our last card here, it's gonna be super cute, super fun, couple techniques, actually only one. But I did go ahead and take that Wink of Stella glitter pen, and I'm gonna hold this like really, really super up close to you. And hopefully you can see on that tree there, that's where I added it. And then where the pool party snow is, so to speak. And I haven't taken pictures yet, but I'm hoping that you should be able to see it there too. And I might want to sneak, I think I'm going to, one more Stampin' Dimensional underneath that, those presents there. It'd be okay without it. I'm just fussy like that. I did a mini to put that down. Okay, so there we go for that. Now for card number 3, you know, we have 2 colored trucks. We have like the cherry cobbler one and then the real red one. And this was supposed to be my sample card and I glued the wrong base. Okay, it's fine though. So what I did with this one is I mixed my reds, and it's okay to mix your reds a little bit. And again, my designer series paper is all online exclusives I'm using today. And I believe this one is, I think it carried over from last year. Actually, this one might be in the annual catalog. I know like I'm a little bit off right there. And when this happens, I like sliver it down the right with my paper trimmer, just a teeny tiny bit. And no one's gonna know the difference. So I added in the presents, the tree, the pep, the same sentiment from the Joyful Ephemera, not the same one, but the same pack, and then the same embellishments, and also the exact same frame. So I've kept everything really consistent here. So hopefully it won't be, you know, a drag for you. But the first thing I need to do is, you know, once again, I took that snowflake stamp and I just stamped part of it there. And this is a great way to get, you know, 2 cards out of 1 pass. But I need, my truck it needs to be grounded on something. So that's why I did that. 'Cause I don't like things that are just floating. So I have like a little baby mini blending brush and smoky slate. We're just going to tap that in and then come in. You know, keep that circular motion going. And you can make this as dark or as light as you want. You can go up as how far as you want. I just didn't want to mix my gray and blue here, or my pool party. Okay, and you know what? I forgot to add Stampin' dimensionals to the back of this, but you know, oh well. I want to go up on this one just a little bit more. This one I'm going to come up from the bottom. Just to darken that up a little bit. And I apologize for the dog hair everywhere. Okay, we're going to keep going. Yeah, maybe just a little bit more. And that's going to have to do no matter what. So the next thing I want to do, I found it the easiest thing to do, you know, remember these trucks, they have like that little slit there where you can put, you know, your tree into your dog, your presents. It was easier for me to get everything in just the way I wanted it. And that dog was like a last minute addition. I thought it worked out perfectly. We want the tree, you know, to go forward a little bit so it looks realistic. Okay. Then I'm going to pop the presents in, kind of let it hang over just a little bit right there. And then the dog's going to go behind it all. But I'm not going to adhere anything from this angle. I'm going to grab my tape. And that is going to keep all that put together for me. And then I can put some Stampin' Dimensionals on the back and get that elevated. And it's going to stay just, you know, fine. Let's get one like over there. Okay, see how easy that was? So let's pop some Stampin' Dimensionals, like a lot of them on the back of this. But to keep it quick for you, because on the other one I have like a ton of them on there, I am going to, we call these like the bones, what's left over on the outside. Use them up. They still stick. And they're perfect for things like this. And I am not going to even put any in the wheel well because I don't have to. But, you know, if you load it up too much, it's going to curl on you, so to speak, and just, it's like if you put too much glue on something, all that adhesive is just going to make everything just worse for you because it's, you know, it's too much. So this way, I shouldn't have anything. Well, let's go up one more, a little bit there, and then one more right there, and then we are good, I think. For that, and I already have some on the, I want to lay this down first, but I want to also make sure it's lined up with that one there. Going to pull back my liquid adhesive in. And this frame is fantastic. It's the same one every single time, and it seems to fit perfectly in pretty much everything I have done with this. Okay, I am good. Because it goes perfectly across that designer series paper. I might as well take the Stampin' Dimensionals off the back of this sentiment here from the ephemera. I'm going to get that pop down just about the same. And then pull everything off the back of this. I wish there was a quicker way to do this. You see people use their pokey tool a lot to do it, or that take your pick. I have nails, so I'm okay with that. I'm gonna pop this guy down right about there. Yeah, there looks good. And then last but not least, we have to get the pup in, and I can do 2 mini Stampin' Dimensionals on the back of this one, so I only had one. But you know, they're 2 different trucks. So let's get him right about there and get all this out of the way for you. Like everything out of the way. Because we're almost done, and this way we, you know, pull everything back in here for you. So we have 3 cards and a tag. And it worked out just fine. Okay, so the pup is, see, I'm putting the pup on, I can do either or. But he's fine. He looks happy in the back of that truck. Okay, there we go. So we got 2 cards out of this. Okay, so we have 3 cards. And then this is what we made today. A tag too on top of it. So, and these are the kit cards. And I'll have pictures and everything like that for you over on the blog at cindybdesigns.com. There's a link directly underneath this YouTube in the description. And I hope you enjoy these projects. They were very fun, very simple to do, except for one thing. I forgot to add our little bling down here. So while I'm talking, I will remind you to go over to the blog, sign up for my newsletter, and, you know, check my website to see everything that's going on. And I look forward to you coming back on Friday to join me for our paper pumpkin alternatives for April. So, have a great day. Thank you for joining me again today. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, feel free to share, and I will see you again on Friday.